Rock Springs neighborhood in Greenville, North Carolina.
First, let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our Talent Podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe and get notified.
Also, call text all the time at 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Do not be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below.
Exactly. And today we wanted to talk about, again, another luxury, basically subdivision in Greenville, North Carolina. And our focus is in Rock Springs, and we wanted to start with the features of this neighborhood.
Okay, so when you drive into this neighborhood, the very first thing you're going to notice is that there's a spring center. By the spring center, which is you have a huge banquet hall. So there's activities, banquet hall, a community center right there, and it's right off of... and it's surrounded by oak trees.
Yes.
And it's really actually pretty. There's community events, community amenities all happening right there. Pool, clubhouse, they all have all of this in this neighborhood.
And also they are this community is state-sized and means that they are custom built, situated in a very large lots, and many between the most of the houses has 3 to 5 acres of land.
Now, most of the homes, when we look at them, are kind of going to have 3-car garages, private ponds, in-ground pools of their own, and pool centers behind their houses, circle driveways. It's just kind of a norm there.
Exactly. Now we
also talk about the cul-de-sac. So every little area, you can get actually lost in Rock Springs if you don't know how to get out of there, because there's a lot of little cul-de-sacs. So, I mean, someone who's lost, everybody's going to know.
And from recreation point of view, basically, we are on the corner from the White House Drive. White Horse Drive and Aaron Circle, which features a pond with a tiny island and the access by the bridge, which is super beautiful. And the swing and actually oak tree seats in the center of all this island.
And there's a gazebo for relaxing, reading, and all of that stuff. Now, let's talk about location.
Exactly.
Why so many people want to live here, and it's super accessible.
Exactly. Therefore, this is a premier residential community that is very located just a minutes away from ECU or East Carolina Health System, and making it really popular for those of you that are working actually in the hospital too, no?
Right. So the entrances are typically stone walls, white fences, and like I said, it's just convenient. And also you can get on 264 right away. So if you just want to go to Wilson, Raleigh, Washington, you can get on the highway 264, bypass, and hit there.
Exactly. And also the neighborhood is located across the Blue Banks and Ironwood, and homes are really close to the beautiful 18 holes of the golf course.
Right, that's right across the street from this community.
Exactly.
Next thing we're going to talk about is the housing options, which are going to be single-family homes, luxury homes. Some have lake views. You want to tell me how old? They're typically 1 to 5 acres. How old are these homes?
The homes actually started from 1950s, but most of the homes are in 80s and 90s, and the most newest one that built in this neighborhood was 2018.
So basically you're going to have multiple bedrooms, multiple bathrooms, garage spaces, private living areas, private yards, high quality of craftsmanship, high quality of design.
Exactly.
These were always designed to be luxury.
Exactly.
They are high-end finishes, premium features, large square footage, super large,
yes,
extensive.
Which we're gonna get to it when we go to the market.
And most homes are gonna have a swimming pool, outdoor entertainment areas of some sort, and some are gonna have that lake view. No?
Exactly. And now we're going to talk about the architectural design and the styles that we have in this neighborhood. We have really traditional, colonial, craftsman, Mediterranean, and also the contemporary styles. That is one of my favorite, as my wife said. And according to our MLS or multi-listing, if you are looking at a school zone for this area, Falkland is going to be your elementary, middle school is going to be Farmville, and high school is going to be Farmville Central.
Now, if you are thinking private, this community is really practically right next to Oakwood. So, I mean, Oakwood School, private school, it's right there. So I just want to throw that out there because if you're watching Rock Springs, you might be thinking private. And it's right next door.
Now, let's talk about amenities, no? Because you wanted to have the amenities that you want to have,
right.
No?
So you can drive into Greenville and you get a listing restaurant. So you can have everything that you're looking for if you want to actually leave your home. You can get to Julep Contemporary Kitchen, Starlight Cafe and Farm, SoCo. What else?
SoCo, and then Dickens Avenue Public House. And if you wanted a Chinese food, definitely Ming Dynasty. And my wife's favorite is Wasabi 88 because she loves sushi, and Christie Europop.
Also, if you're looking for recreation outside and you want to go to a different park, you can go. I mean, the park office is really there. You have Epps Recreation Center. I mean, obviously, we told you that there's a private golf course across the street. Andrew Best Freedom Park, and you have South Greenville Recreational Center.
Exactly. And shopping center, we have a lot of shopping center, but the one that we listed here is the closest, in the closest vicinity to this neighborhood.
Well,
No?
I don't know about that, but there's Stanton Farms. They're good ones. Charles Boulevard,
Exactly.
Lincroft, Greenville Square Shopping Center, which is the mall.
And the gym, my specialty, is Greenville Aquatics Fitness and Center. You definitely can have CrossFit Greenville. And what is the last one?
Orange Theory?
Orange Theory Fitness. This is one of the top 3 that you can find close by for this neighborhood. And what about if you have pets?
Now, if you're having pets, you're going to want to take care of your pets. So you're close to the Animal Care Veterinarian's Hospital, the Animal Hospital of Pitt County, and McLaughlin Animal Clinic.
Exactly. And coffee, of course, you have a Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, but also there are indies. One of the indies that you can have is the Grounded coffee shop.
Right. So now with the community, there's a lot of activities, as I told you, and I think that's kind of key here. And there are people who have families, so there's definitely kids on bicycles who are talking to each other.
Exactly.
And it is kind of a closed-in community, so you are getting that extra security or the extra safety that you're looking for being in there as well. But really, it's all about like the community events, right? They have them.
Then now let's talk about all the home values and what we think, and the basically the housing, the real estate in this neighborhood. Okay. Therefore, this data is the base of the last 2 years of the data, and we wanted to give you a full picture of what you are looking for.
Right, so typically the homes, the low is 3, the highs we saw is 5, the average is 4.1, and if you look at
411
for bedrooms.
For bedrooms.
Now, when we're talking about bathrooms, it goes from 3 to 7, and the average is 4.7 bathrooms when we look at the ones that are sold and what we can tell you about them. So let's talk about the lowest, the smallest house, right? And then we'll talk about the mediums and the high and the averages. So the smallest house in this community, 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 3,350 square feet, which is quite large for many people, sold for $599,500, and that was 112 square foot. And yeah, so that was the smallest, and that's not a norm.
Yes, and the biggest one that sold actually was 7,633 square feet, and definitely they had 5 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms in this house, and it sold for $1.3 million. Therefore, this was one of the houses, is 15 houses that closed and sold in this neighborhood the last 2 years period.
So the means, let's talk about means. So with the averages and the median. The average is 4.1, the median is 4. The average bathrooms is for bedrooms, I mean. The average for bathrooms is 4.7, the median is 4. The average for square foot was 5,189, and the median was 4,958. You can see how close a lot of these are. That's why I'm kind of putting them all together. Now, list price on average was $916,827, whereas the median was $799. The sold was for average was $899,966, and the median was $799.
Exactly.
Now, the list per square footage for averages is 180, and that's the same with median. The sold per square foot averages is 176, but the median is 165.
165. Therefore, if you're looking at the sold to listed ratio, we have 98.43% in this neighborhood. And the price changes, actually, the highest price changes was 117,800, which was 10.35%. But really, the median was 6.27% of the price changes in this neighborhood.
Now let's talk about local market conditions currently, right? So in the past 30 days, there have been the last houses that went for sale, it took them 30 days to sell, were 7 of the listings.
7 of the 15.
7 of the 15, which is about half. The other half goes with the 31 to 60 days was 2. This is how long it took them to sell in the market. 61 to 91. And what about the other 5?
Basically, 5 of them sold more than 120 days in the market.
Now, that is kind of important. So the sooner the better. Now, for luxury home buyers, let's just talk about, you want to buy a home, you want to be in Rock Springs, you want to be there as well, right? Well, what does it cost? So, want to tell me?
The average listing price was $916,827. And as we said, the average sold price to listed price was 97.86%.
So say you wanted to buy a house on the average price of $916,827 and you put 20% down. This would be approximately your monthly payment with the current averages right now of 6.9. Homeowners insurance were estimated at 0.2. We're going to look at a monthly payment of about $4,726.76 a month.
A month. Exactly.
Now, what about supply and demand? Because most people are going to buy cash, let's be honest.
Exactly. Therefore, as we said, 46.67 of the property, which was 7 of them out of the 15, sold within 30 days, which indicating a brisk market of the well-priced and desirable properties in this neighborhood.
Now, 33% of the properties, which is 5, took more than 121 days to sell, which is less demand. Why? It's typically going to be overpriced, or there's going to be things that have not been upgraded inside the house. So less desirable features, it's not really location of Rock Springs. It's going to be the home is an older home. Has it been updated?
Exactly, because we said that some of the houses that built in here even in 50s, and most of them they are in the 80s and 90s built.
So we still want to see modern 2023 at the filming of this video, like features.
Exactly. And then, as my wife said, the average home specifics in this neighborhood, the average was 4.1 bedrooms and 4.7 bedrooms, and average of a square footage of 5,189 square feet. So you're getting
a very big house. Now, there, as we said already, the sold to list price was 94.51. There is a little room for price negotiations. They are slightly lower, but the first 30 days a lot sold, so it just depends on when that house hit the market, how competitive that is. So when you are looking at that competitive sold to life ratios, and this house is perfect and it's going to sell 30 days, 97.86% of luxury home buyers are going to be attracted to that home. So that means that there's going to be a lot of more competition with that home. So you have to be able to price it. You want to be able to you need to be able to go list price at some point. Sometimes you have to go list price in order to get what you want.
Therefore, typically the houses sold for around 94.51% of the original listing price.
Which is why I said you have to go list price.
Therefore, that tells you that definitely super important that you have a real estate professional beside you to have a pricing strategy in place.
Right, so you want to also look at the fluidity. Have there been showings? Again, real estate agents can help you with that. We've talked about pricing negotiations. You want to look at history, and really having us on your side is going to help you a lot if you're a buyer or a seller, to be honest, because we can see what it is. We can put it out there in the market. We can sell luxury. And it's a different market than just selling a $200,000 home. Let's be honest. It's a very different clientele who's coming to buy the home, and you have to be able to market to the people who are looking to buy at that certain price point.
Exactly. And also, if you're looking at the pricing history of the luxury home in Rock Springs, the market actually has experienced both increase and decrease. That meaning that decrease went even up to 27.73% in the past, and increase went to up to 50,000, which translated to 4.17%. Therefore, this historical data really can help you to make it do a price strategy and the right price market for your house.
So don't forget to call us at 252-327-3357 when you talk about this neighborhood or any neighborhood that you're thinking of buying in.
And then don't forget to subscribe in our YouTube and podcast. We love to help you. And don't forget to pick up your buyers and sellers guide in the description below.